Let's try this again. It's right around 12:40 a.m. on Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. I just left a voicemail for the Greenville group maybe 8 minutes ago. Once again, letting them know that their paid, sponsored, career criminal, psychopath, sex offender, violent, masturbating reject, Jasmine Irizarry, has resumed her use of a directed energy weapon that she herself has admitted to using in multiple written comments that she has made on my social media pages. And she almost always uses this directed energy weapon to electronically assault me when I'm lying on my bed trying to sleep. Irizarry has admitted that she's getting paid to engage in all kinds of very intrusive, harmful, and aggressive behaviors towards me, which involve contaminating the water to my bathroom that she herself has admitted is being contaminated by not using a saddle valve, but that she is putting mucus in the water and that I should enjoy the boogers in my hair. I have screenshots of those comments, and it matches exactly what I keep experiencing as dealing with contaminated shower water when I'm trying to shower and rinse off shampoo and conditioner from my hair, and the water suddenly starts to stink really, really nasty as it is coming out of my shower head when I myself am completely clean and simply trying to rinse off a lot of soap and shampoo. Irizarry has also made multiple comments in writing, admitting that she's getting paid $300,000 to use a directed energy weapon, that she is aiming at my head, and that she has mounted on a tripod in her living room. As I just mentioned in the video that I made that suddenly very conveniently cut out, she lives in this building. Ms. Irizarry was an inmate at the Shattuck Hospital back in 2006 because she is a severely disturbed, obsessive, psychotic sex offender and psychopath who was being treated at the Shattuck Hospital at the same time that I was a PhD intern there for my PhD program in clinical psychology. I did not directly work with or treat Jasmine Irizarry, but members of my PhD program were directly involved in the treatment of Jasmine Irizarry, and they were constantly talking about how she would compulsively vomit on staff because she was HIV positive and because she was a psychopath who was homicidal, would try to contaminate people with her HIV infected body fluids, and now she lives in this building. Mr. Oleg Alisyev, the property manager, has been bragging about Jasmine Irizarry's criminal abilities and unique set of psychosis-driven harassment skills on an ongoing basis. Mr. Alisyev himself is a criminal. He is using surveillance devices in my living space to unlawfully dox my personal conversations, activities, and habits that I engage in the privacy of this living space that nobody should have any knowledge of, but that pretty much everybody in this building complex knows about, and also people outside of it. Mr. Ilisyev's other staff members have referred to Jasmine Irizarry as the Greenville Group's, quote, surveillance expert. Ms. Irizarry has repeatedly bragged about her use of a directed energy weapon to electronically assault me, and she has claimed that she's not using it that hard. Well, right now I'm lying on my bed trying to sleep because it is almost 1 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, and I have an insanely busy day tomorrow. And all of a sudden, maybe 10 minutes into me lying here trying to sleep, Irizarry once again resumed her use of this directed energy weapon to prevent me from being able to do what I need to do in the privacy of this living space. And that is something that she herself has admitted that she is getting paid to do, to prevent me and interfere with what I need to do in this living space, prevent me from being able to do what I need to do in this living space, if that makes any sense. It's 1 a.m. I'm tired and I'm trying to sleep. So I just left a voicemail for the Greenville Group, letting them know that the psychopath, sex offender, psycho pig, who they are using as some sort of human psychotic attack dog, has once again resumed her use of a directed energy weapon to prevent me from sleeping when all I am doing is lying on my bed in the dark, trying to sleep after having had a very busy 14-hour day outside of the building and having to deal with another very busy, most likely 14-hour day tomorrow. The Greenville Group don't want me to live in their building. I am somehow disrupting the political activist agenda that they are engaging in unlawfully by housing large numbers of violent sex offender, career thug, low-life scum, lifetime criminals in this building complex in such large numbers that it disrupts the entire community on an ongoing daily basis. Not from me, but from the behavior of the violent, aggressive, behaviorally dysregulated, low-life psycho trash who literally hang out on the street corners and sidewalks around this building complex every day and scream and shout and blast music and clog up the entranceways and doorways of this building complex and harass people who walk by and blast music from the cars that they're constantly sitting in and smoking crack in. These would be the brilliant sex offender career thugs that the Greenville Group are sponsoring as BLM activists. And I don't know if that's what BLM is about or not. I know that Candace Owens made a documentary about how BLM has embezzled millions of donor dollars on prostitutes and strippers. And that is consistent with the behavior that I regularly observe from the so-called BLM masturbating psycho pigs in this building. But the Greenville Group's sponsorship of large numbers of BLM activists that are really just sex offenders and career thugs is destabilizing the entire community. And I have a problem with that, which is why they've been trying to desperately get me out of here under any pretext and using any method whatsoever for years. And it's not working. And I have to, once again, file some motions tomorrow and have drafted motions to file in court. And apparently Irizarry, being the talented hacker that Mr. Oleg Lisiev has bragged that she is, has knowledge of what I file on my phones and now has an idea of what I have to do tomorrow and is obviously using a directed energy weapon to prevent me from being able to do what I need to do, not just tonight by getting rest, but what I need to do tomorrow to go against the Greenville Group's unlawful violation of multiple laws in their most recent filing against my tenancy. So there we go. That kind of completes the connect the dot picture that I'm trying to paint here. And it comes full circle back to the Greenville Group's unlawful, shady, sketchy, third world political agenda of housing large numbers of violent career thugs and criminals in this building complex while trying to get rid of legitimate, professional, educated, rent-paying tenants who are not career criminals or violent psychopaths or perving, creeping, winking sex offender rejects. They don't like normal people. The Greenville Group do not rent to normal people. That's why there are almost no normal people in this building complex. And the few normal functional people who pay their rent out of pocket, as I continue to have to do, quickly somehow get pushed out in one way or another by the unlawful business practices and prejudicial, discriminatory legal acts of the Greenville Group. And right now, I am being prevented from lying on my bed and trying to sleep, which is a violation of the housing code. It is a violation of the lease, and it is a crime, not just because it is based on the use of surveillance devices that the Greenville Group themselves have admitted to using in this unit, but it involves the use of a highly dangerous directed energy device that is probably not being legally used by the sex offender psycho pig right now, Jasmine Irizarry. She's been making repeated violent slamming and banging noises in Unit 76 directly below my bed over the last 40 minutes while I've been lying here quietly trying to rest. The violent repeated slamming and banging only started to take place from 76 directly below shortly after I had turned off all my lights and was lying here trying to sleep. Then she started repeatedly violently slamming something directly below my bed, and then once again resumed her use of a directed energy weapon to electronically assault me just to make sure that I really couldn't sleep. I can't. So I left a voicemail for the Greenville Group at 12:35 a.m., letting them know that the career psychopath, perving, creeping sex offender, psycho pig, Jasmine Irizarry, is doing exactly what they're paying her to do, which is to unlawfully engage in surveillance-based aggression, harassment, and assault. And the use of a directed energy weapon is absolutely physical assault. And I have the screenshots of stupid criminal Jasmine Irizarry admitting that that's what she's getting paid to do. These are a bunch of really stupid, low-life criminal trash, including the staffers and the management of the Greenville Group, who use the criminals that they rent to in large numbers for their own nefarious purposes. And that itself is a RICO case just waiting to happen. Watch me go to court tomorrow, you stupid bitches. That's exactly where you're going to find me, regardless of how little sleep I get. There's always coffee. Rejects.